This is One on One. Paul Battaglia is a math teacher at Manasquan High School. How you doing?
I'm well, thank you.
This is part of our Classroom Close-Up series in cooperation with the NJEA. Now, we're about to see a piece of video from the Classroom Close-Up series on NJTV that you can see every week. This is called Squanathon. It's a dance marathon. Squanathon is Manasquan, right?
Right, that's where we got it from.
Raising money for pediatric
cancer.
Trying to raise awareness, trying to raise money, and young people down in Manasquan are involved.
That's right. We have about 25–30% of our student body that take place.
It started when?
It started about 4 years ago.
Raised about 200 grand so far?
So far in 4 years, we've raised over $200,000. This current year, we just raised over $63,000.
So here's the deal. We'll come back and talk to Paul in a second, but right now you're going to see Classroom Close-Up, Squanathon. It's great stuff. Take a look.
It's 8 o'clock on a Friday night, and hundreds of Manasquan High School students pour through the gym doors, not for a sporting event, but for the 3rd annual Squanathon.
The Squanathon is an amazing fundraiser where we raise money for local families who are affected by pediatric cancer.
We have a goal for our students to reach $200. And in order to participate in tonight's event. So they have all raised a minimum of $200. And some of them have gone far above that.
I think my total this year is about $900. And in the past years, I've been a top fundraiser the past 3 years. I've raised about $1,000 or $900 each year.
What you see in these students is a sense of accountability, that once they've decided to do this, they don't want to back out. They don't want to look bad. They don't want to quit. And you learn a lot about their resolve, things that you might not necessarily see, between 7 o'clock and 3 o'clock during the day.
Some of the chemos make me lose my hair. Due to my hair loss, I've developed quite a cool hat collection though. This time around fighting cancer has been really hard on my family. My mom had to quit her job again, and we spent so much time driving back and forth to the hospital, I usually don't know what day it is. 5 years is an awfully long time, but I know in the end, it'll all be worth it. So if I can beat cancer, you can certainly get over failing algebra, not making the team, or your girlfriend breaking up with you, or vice versa. Whatever big, horrible problem you have, whatever it is, life always gets better. Thanks for listening, and have a great night.
Some families were up all night with students, and teachers chaperoned in shifts. Finally, it was 8 a.m. Saturday morning, and time to thank everyone who made this event a success. The students raised $46,501.79 for pediatric cancer families.
I'm thinking about having to stay up tonight for all night long, and I think, why am I doing this? But in the morning, when we raise the numbers and we have our final speeches, it's a great feeling.
We thought that if we chose the right people that first year and really explained to them the mission and what we were trying to do and the kind of passion that we needed them to have, that it would create a snowball effect. And we kind of, went on a whim from there and just had a little faith. Kids are looking to help in any way possible, and it's just that giving nature that you begin to see. It just makes you really proud.
Amazing.
Thank you. So it's really the work of the kids. They've just been phenomenal. They've embraced it.
What do you think it does for them?
I think it gives them a sense of belonging. I think it gives them a purpose that they can set their sights on, stick to, and it gives them a goal. There's an end. Means that they're trying to achieve, and it gives them a greater sense of volunteerism.
What's it do for you?
It just makes me proud. It makes me proud to know that in the country that we live in the world and the times that we live in, that we have not just one or two, but we have a large number of people trying to make a difference.
As an educator, I mean, again, through the series, we've talked to dozens and dozens of educators who come at this from so many different perspectives, who have different areas of expertise. Your expertise is not in fundraising.
It is not.
But you're a good fundraiser. You're a good organizer. You're a good team leader. Has it brought you closer to these students?
I think so. You get to see, they get to see me in a different light. I get to see them in a different light. You get to see each other under various stresses and out of the traditional classroom environment.
Yeah.
And in a way that maybe they didn't even bargain for and I didn't bargain for at the beginning.
Is it part of teaching?
Oh, without a doubt.
That is part of teaching?
Without a doubt.
How so?
Because teaching is about empowering young men and women to reach new heights. It doesn't have to happen in a math classroom. It doesn't have to happen in an English classroom. Why can't it happen in your community? You know, there's no reason why that can't happen. And so that's what we're trying to do.
But the students who raise these dollars, they have to raise $200 minimum.
Minimum $200. They could keep going if they wish.
In what ways do they actually do it? I mean,
they do it. Some of them just simply send out letters to relatives. Some of them need a little bit more assistance, so we set up canning dates at local supermarkets where they could bag groceries. This year, the committee who's in charge of planning it has talked about races, walks, car washes. So there's various ways that they could do it other than just pounding the pavement.
Yeah. The children, the young man we saw there, tell us about him.
Justin, he's a fighter. He's a warrior.
How old is he?
He's now 11, I believe. Manasquan High School, our trademark is the Warriors.
And his sister was that right there?
His sister was one of our committee planners, and she was right there. Their whole family was right there, and he's battled his disease for about 3 years.
How's he doing right now?
And he's doing fantastic now. He's in remission.
What do you? I was trying to, imagine what it might be like for those students and for him that night. What was it doing for him that night, you think?
I think he was happy to tell his story. I think he loved being a part of the event. He loved being included. The prior year, we actually had some of his 6th grade friends at the event. And I think for any cancer patient, what they would tell you is they need support. And if they have support, they'll get through it.
Final question before I let you out of here. To other educators, other people in school systems who see what you're doing and say, hey, that's terrific, but I can't do that. By the way, in the 4 years that you've been doing this, you've raised over $200,000 to raise money for pediatric cancer. They say, hey, that's great for you, but I couldn't do that, you say?
Then you're not doing enough. You have to do more, because it could be your child, it could be my child, and you'd want to know that people were doing everything they could out there.
We owe? Do we owe? Do we owe it to try to do this?
Without a doubt.
And it's doable?
It's very doable.
The will is there?
You know, we didn't have a plan other than the plan to make this thing get off the ground, and now that we see the effect it's had, it's very doable.
And for those who believe that high school students are simply too self-centered and apathetic to care about anyone else other than themselves, you say?
Disagree.
Yeah. They need a little nudge, too, and that's why we have great educators like you.
Thank you.
Paul Battaglia, a math teacher at Manasquan High School. You honor us by doing the work you do every day.
Thank you.
And you honor your profession as well.
One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation, celebrating 25 years of broadcast excellence. Funding for this edition of One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been provided by the New Jersey Education Association, activists in cooperation with the American Medicine Chest Challenge, Choose New Jersey, NJIT, Health Republic Insurance of New Jersey, Berkeley College, and by the Healthcare Foundation of New Jersey. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area. One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been produced in partnership with St. Joseph's Healthcare System.